The Trump administration is said to be gearing up for a shocking policy shift. Word is that in the coming days, the White House will announce the end of all aid money to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or UNRWA, the UN's Palestinian Refugee Agency. This follows last week's decision by Team Trump to slash $200 million of funding to the Palestinians, all decisions that may greatly alter the current status quo in the Middle East.
Until now, the United States has been the single biggest donor to the Palestinians Refugee Agency. UNRWA was first founded in 1949 following the end of Israel's 1948 independence war. That war, of course, concluded with the founding of the Jewish state known as Israel, but it also forced over 250,000 Palestinians out of their native homes and into refugee camps all over the Middle East. Unlike many refugee groups, the UN recognizes the descendants of these original refugees. Only several thousand Palestinians from that original expulsion are alive today, some 70 years later, though, with roughly 5 million Palestinians today recognized as refugees total. This, in and of itself, is an issue of fierce debate. Israel has argued that this distinction is seemingly granted only to the Palestinians, but others point out that millions of descendants have lived in refugee camps for all of their lives, and that this status is the only thing keeping them alive. But as if doubling down on Trump's apparent plan to defund UNRWA altogether, United States Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley has signaled that the entire Palestinian claim to their right of return to their native lands should be off the table entirely in future peace talks. Again, this question is not a simple one. Palestinians today, similar to Jews until 1948, maintain that they have an inalienable right to return to their native homeland after being forced into exile. But for Israeli leaders, the integration of millions of Palestinians back into the country would mean the end of the Jewish majority nation state that they hoped to build in the first place. These latest decisions by the Trump administration may have a different impact entirely, however. Israeli defense officials, as well as former U.S. officials, have warned that the defunding of UNRWA will actually shift power from the PA to Hamas, giving the terror group far more influence to commit violence. The collapse of the West Bank funding and infrastructure could create a power vacuum that Hamas would be very quick and keen to fill.